Canton's Morning News with Pam Cook on 1480 WHBC. Bill Morgan sitting in for Pam today. It is the 80th remembrance of D-Day, and certainly a local angle on what's happening with this. Jim Kassler of the Canton area has taken World War II reenactors to France to attend, among other things, the ceremony surrounding the 80th remembrance of the D-Day invasion. Jim, good morning, and usually people want to wonder this. How far are you ahead of us in terms of what time is it in France?
Yeah, we're 6 hours ahead, so it's 1:15 here.
And Jim, tell us what your group is doing as you are there watching ceremonies and things along those lines.
Yeah, we've been here. There's 12 of us here with our reenacting group, and we've been here since Sunday. And we've been attending all the different services and festivities that go along with the 80th anniversary of the Normandy invasion. They've brought a group of 250 World War II veterans here, and we've been interacting with them as much as we possibly can. This morning we attended a reenactment of the beach landing out on Utah Beach. We got up at before 5 o'clock this morning and came out, and they had paratroopers come in, and it was quite a moving experience on the beach at 6:30 this morning.
Jim Kassler, Canton business owner, our guest on WHBC. And Jim, as you and your group have had interactions with people in France, what is their perspective of D-Day as opposed to what Americans think of it going back some 80 years?
Well, the folks here in the Normandy area really appreciate what the Americans did 80 years ago. We liberated them from the tyranny of the Nazi regime. And to this day, they still appreciate it. There's a lot of American flags being flown here in France. They're very friendly, very accommodating, very welcoming to us. I think they really understand, what this all means and what we did for them these 80 years ago.
Jim, one other question for you before we talk with another member of your group. Is this the first time you've been to Normandy? If not, what have you done in the past? And what do you see and learn on your trips there?
Well, this is my third trip here. We were here on the 70th and the 75th anniversaries as well. And it's just such an educational and a moving experience that we just keep liking to come back. It's a beautiful place. The people are wonderful here, as I said, and I don't know how much more I'm going to be able to come here on anniversaries. They think that this is probably the last time they'll have as many World War II vets here, and that's really a significant part of the celebration. So, but yeah, it's been great for the last 3 times here.
Jim, if you would, pass the phone over to Anthony Jones. Anthony is from Massillon, and he is a part of the younger group of folks traveling with Jim and company. Anthony, are you with us?
I'm with you. How you doing, Bill?
I am good this morning. Tell us a little bit about your experiences as you are over there and seeing what goes on in terms of memories, reenactments, and things along those lines as we all look back on D-Day.
I tell you what, there's a lot of great appreciation for the American people 80 years ago. And even today, we walk around and people are very accommodating. There's lots of great people, lots of great experience to have, and signs and memorials about what soldiers did 80 years ago everywhere. They're littered throughout the France countryside. So you can stop every 5 minutes and pass another memorial about an amazing American soldier that what they did here, what they accomplished here. It's pretty amazing.
Anthony, we talk about you being a little bit younger. As a matter of fact, you have a birthday coming up tomorrow. Is that right?
This is true. My birthday is tomorrow.
Well, tell us from a younger person's perspective. We talk about World War II veterans. They, of course, are shrinking in number every day as it's been 80 years. What is it from a younger person's perspective that you look at and admire about what those heroes did on the beach?
I think that I look back and it's kind of hard to believe when you grow up and you go through school and you read about this stuff and you understand what happened during World War II, I guess you don't really believe it, but now that I'm here, everything really comes to life, and you see a lot of these World War II veterans, and like you said, there's not a lot of them left. We visited with a couple of World War II vets. They're 97 and 99 years. It's 99 years old. It was pretty amazing, and these memories are they're fading, but we're trying to keep them alive as long as we can.
Talking with Anthony Jones from Massillon. And Anthony, how did you get involved with the traveling over there and being with this group?
So our World War II group, Crew 1944, out of North Canton, Ohio, we've been around for about 5 years now. Jim, the gentleman you talked to beforehand, founded this group, and then I came along somewhere in the past 5 years, and when this opportunity came along, he had been over here before, so he was offering to take a number of the crew members. I jumped at the bit to get over here and try and do experience what has happened.
Anthony, certainly we appreciate your time. We wish you a happy birthday tomorrow. If you would, pass the phone back over to Jim.
Thanks. Thank you very much, Jim. Bill. It's very nice to talk to you. I'll give the phone back to Jim.
Talking with Jim Kassler and his group who are over in France, looking back at the 80th remembrance of D-Day. And Jim, you mentioned this is your third trip. As we wrap up our conversation, what are some of the things that have been most memorable for you in terms of taking your trip to where the invasion took place?
Well, it's a great thing that I can come over here with a number of younger folks for them to experience this. They need to know our history and remember why we have what we have today, and I think this is a great place to start. We, as I said, were able to interact with some veterans. One was from New York, 99 years old, another one from Texas, 97 years old, and it's good to hear their stories. It's something that they'll never forget, and those memories are fading, and so we just need to take advantage of it as long as we can.
Jim Kassler, Canton business owner and leader of a group that is over remembering the 80th anniversary of the D-Day invasion. Jim, thank you so much for clearing time in what I'm sure is a busy schedule for you. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Bill.